What's up, everybody? It's Sunday afternoon, 1 p.m. Pacific time on the western United States coast. Yes, we are going to play Acquisitions Incorporated today, maybe. And we are missing two players, and we are also having technical difficulties. So I will nevertheless turn it over to our Dungeon Master, Mr. MC Lancy. Take it away, sir.
Yes, and my advice to all internet service providers, if you have a flood prevention feature, have a way to shut it off when its feature is not doing what the hell it's supposed to do. That's all I'm saying.
That's
At
all
any
I'm
rate,
saying.
it is time for commerce. It is time for Acquisitions Incorporated. We will do a quick around the world, although we're missing 3/5 of our or 2/5 of our world. But why don't we start? We'll start with Rob. Why don't you introduce your player?
Okay, my Rob Tui. I am Dan Death, Decisionist Dan Death, as a matter of fact. 5th level cleric, veiled merchant human. And as you will see, none of us, or well, at least on my side, we can't see the tokens or the portraits for the players, and the map will also be jacked up. But anyway, I'm ready to play.
Well, thank you, Rob. And how about we go to our secretary, Reginald?
Good afternoon. This is Walking Dude playing the Secretarian of Acquisitions Incorporated franchise Pony Express. Also, Warlock of the Great and Powerful Clovis, and eager to spread the word of Clovis throughout the land.
All righty. Close be willing. And how about our Obviator Panic?
Hey there, everybody. Deja Voodoo here, playing the Obviator Panic Tiefling Fighter. Focus on the bow, as getting up close and personal is not my jam.
All right. Fun at distance. And I see Furied Fate is connecting. We'll give her a minute to settle in. And I think Nordic Geek might have been in PG&E land and has no electricity.
Yeah, that's the report as well as I've heard it.
There you go. And Furied Fate, when she gets on the Discord here, plays our Documenter Rin.
I am on the Discord.
Oh, there you go. You can display what you can.
This is Furied Fate playing Documancer Rin, which I am a Verdan, which is the new race in Acquisition Inc. And I make documents. That's my job now. Looking at paperwork all day, every day.
We play tabletop RPGs to enjoy some escapism and do things that we normally wouldn't do IRL. And yes, making copies.
Yes,
That's
there's
where we're
much
at.
more interesting ways to shred the paper in this game.
Oh
There
yeah.
are.
Technically, I think my favorite way right now is I tear the pieces up and I feed them to you guys without y'all knowing.
Nice. That's
You
our
what?
food. Great.
What?
What?
Nothing?
Nothing.
It's all fiber. It's all good. So, when we last left our heroes, we were in the Horde Enclave. You were pretending to be a participant in a Wendig because you had done some funky ancient ritual and taken over
Oh,
bodies of random parties of a wedding party.
he
You were
didn't lose
then trying to.
electricity. He just didn't want to get married.
There you go. He's the unwilling uh, groom, I guess. And you were searching for a component of the Ori of the Wanderer, which is supposed to be in the vaults. You had retired to your chambers after a very heavy drinking lunch and are in between festivities of the wedding and hatching your next plans and moves.
So does this mean he doesn't want to marry your daughter?
Oh, essentially, yeah. This is going to be
Yeah.
a political nightmare.
And I mean, technically, he's my quote unquote son at the moment.
Should we catfight or something?
Well, I mean, I'm the father of the groom.
Like I
I
said,
think
should
I'd
we
win.
catfight?
Well, there was a Dubaxi in the tavern.
Well, one lesson we can definitely take away from this is that we need to do more day drinking.
I agree. I agree. But you guys just came back from the vaults with the wedding gifts, correct?
Yeah, we hit him outside.
But no part of the orrery.
No.
No,
That's-
you haven't located
we
where
have
it
to-
was.
I was gonna go scout around. I think I recall I was gonna go out and scout other places, or perhaps I was already doing that because I'm a security guard guy. So if anybody sees me, they'll be like, "Oh, he's a security guard guy. No big deal."
Yeah.
And then I was gonna go like
a good
rummaging
point.
through office drawers and stuff to try to find the keys to the other vault.
Does that sound like a logical plan there? I mean,
get a-
no
I get
crazy
a-
funny business.
And I get a total Dwight Schrute vibe off of that whole thing, so it's definitely going to work.
Fruit farms.
I'm not used to these, plans that make sense and that cause us to get run out of time.
Well, I'm gonna go do that while you guys discuss whether or not it's a good plan.
I mean,
Oh
fair.
my god!
Take
I
action.
see something on the map. Oh my
Same.
god!
Oh my god.
I see a thing. Oh my god! I see right here. I see a little uncovered section
Oh,
of the map.
oh, that's what I see too.
There's a
I
little
just-
bit to the south.
So I was just cleaning up the mask and I unmasked the thing.
Well, mask it and start unmasking again. Maybe we can see the rooms around.
I love how excited we are to be able to see a map.
I still don't see no damn. Oh snap! I see it. I still don't see my damn token.
Oh my
sign.
gosh!
I mean,
Oh,
I
I
see
see
the
my
token.
token.
Yeah, but I don't see. I see the token, but not the picture.
Oh, I
all-
see the picture.
Yeah, on the upper left, all mine are blank, and in the party sheet, they're all blank. You know what I mean? But some
Yeah.
So maybe
progress has
there's
been
something. Maybe there's something wrong with the masking or whatever.
made. Well, it's yeah. All right. Well, we can deal with this because even though I can't see my picture, I know which token's mine. So I'm gonna go start, rummaging down through offices and opening doors and wherever. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm gonna make a hard target search through every logical place that might have an office with keys and maybe a bulletin board that says stuff. And I'm just gonna start spending time doing all that.
So you think maybe the den might be a good place to look?
Okay, so then if I go toward the den, go look in there and try to get stuff.
Pro tip, guys, you can't zoom in on another player's map on their Twitch screen.
Yes, you cannot. You cannot do that.
That's pretty good.
I tried
Pro
to do
tip.
that on Rob's.
Pro tip.
Pro tip.
I do that
Can
all
you
the
imagine
time.
if you could though? That'd be awesome.
Even if I'm watching Twitch on my iPad, I'll try to put my thumb and my forefinger and squeeze it out to make the map bigger. And I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's not my game.
Okay. Documents Ren, aka father of the groom, is going to check out the temple because apparently I have to officiate the wedding.
Right, so you have a good excuse to be in there.
There
Yeah,
you
is
go.
that where the wedding's gonna happen? Is in the temple?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Why not?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. He doesn't even.
CJ does
It
that
is-
a lot.
It
He
is
says,
actually
sure.
supposed to happen.
It would probably actually take place in the forge because they're forging a new bond.
Oh my god.
Uh, uh.
Yeah, that's pretty
No,
good.
you know what?
Don't
You're
you
just
mean-
gonna stay in your room. Just stay in your room. Don't
Hey
even come
now.
out.
Hey,
I mean,
my
the
daughter.
other.
We talked.
Yeah. I mean, the only other room that seems logical is the Hall of Elders.
I mean, or the Lord's bedroom. There might be a key.
I thought about that too. So, what am I finding in the den?
Well, it looks entirely like a place where you can relax, have a drink, have a smoke, read a book, that kind of stuff.
I'll start looking
It
at
has
the
the
books.
Dungeons and Dragons version of the TV, you know?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm gonna do whatever I logically think. Start looking in drawers or behind books or places I think I might find secret information. Or if there's an obvious desk, I'll look in that, or whatever. I'll do that.
Well, there's in that niche to the north. There's a desk, and some scribe desk kind of thing, up there.
Okay, I'll see what info I can find in that desk.
Give me a perception check.
All right. perception check. Oh, I got a good perception.
You perceive a thick book, which looks like a ledger.
I open it. And I
You
search
open a
for.
book.
Yes,
Oh,
I
the
search
ledger.
for. I search for a line that says "Magic Ore Piece in here" and see what vault number it is or whatever. Because it's
So
gonna be
what
that
you
easy.
find is a series of entries about parties and parcels that are in the various vaults. Most recent entry is the wedding gifts that were placed in the vault that has the X on the map.
Right.
And for sake of argument, we'll call that Vault 4,
Okay.
even though it doesn't say anything about that. And so it's a time-ordered list of adds and subtracts. It doesn't describe necessarily every time, it could just be a large iron chest locked kind of thing, right?
Right.
So it's sort of a high-level description. And then there's a reference to more detailed inventory for some vaults.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume that this was recent rather than not. So I'm gonna look at like the last 5 or 10 entries and see if something stands out to me that might trigger my brain to be like, oh, I'll bet this is it, and then cross-reference that with the more detailed information.
All right, give me another perception check.
Okay.
Well, it was a pretty damn good roll. So you don't find anything in the last few entries, and then you're inspired and you flip back a few pages, and you see an entry from many years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 pages back, and it doesn't quite seem to meet the sense of what you think it is.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't say like Ori of the Wanderer component, but you get the sense that that might be the way somebody might hide the description of what was in the room, but are describing some artifact level thingamajig.
Okay. So I'm gonna make a note of that in my head. What vault entry is that? Does it say which one?
That
Okay.
one.
All right. Now we actually tried our keys in that vault and it didn't work, so I need different keys. So now I need to determine how I can get those and where they might be. And wouldn't they be hanging from the belt of the security guard?
Yeah,
Oh,
if you are the security guard of this place, which you're not.
Oh,
You're
Maybe
part
they
of the
have one of
wedding
those.
party.
Maybe they have one of those little cabinets like in the used car place, where all
right,
parts-
like the valet stand. Yeah, exactly. All right. Might
that
I
would be in the
know?
barracks, right?
Yeah. Who knows? Might I have a way of inspiration striking me to know where to look for that? If it's not here in
Well,
the den.
give me give me an insight check.
Okay, insight. Here we go.
Well, you stare at the ledger a little bit more, and you notice that there are two sort of, I don't know, code names that appear, not always the same, but they appear in the ledger entry. And you think those code names might refer to who is the holder of the two keys for the particular vault.
Okay, and what does those names say?
Tweedledee and Tweedledum? No.
Oh boy.
Well, you do know who held the keys for the vault where the wedding goods were, right? You remember that?
I don't remember.
It
Well,
was
one of them was the guy I was. Oh, wait a minute. One of them was you,
Yes, you had one key.
and the other one was the dude whose name I can't recall right now. But hold on, I'll pull my
Gorak.
notes. Yeah, Gorat. Yes, the Kazakhstan dwarf. That's right.
So you see kind of two runes that you think correspond to you and Gorat, and then you see other rune-like symbols corresponding to other people.
Okay, I will make attempts to put these two keys together. Gotta find that guy. Do I know where he is?
Well, that was the keys to the vault where you had the goods stored that you now have pilfered. By
Oh,
the way,
right. So,
there's a different set of symbols to the door where the Ori component you believe might be held.
okay. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my party because obviously my brain isn't able to come up with how to do this. But I'll go back, tell him I know where it is. I know where the Ori. I think I know where the Ori piece is, which vault is in, but we need to get the keys to that vault or find a way to get into the vault without setting off any alarms or, whatever. What do you guys think?
Okay, well, it has to be somebody who's important enough to go into the ledger. So that narrows it down from a good number of dwarves who live.
Well, from my use of my secretarian abilities last time, I'm still owed 2 rumor mill items because I only
Oh,
got 1. So maybe something from the rumor mill would fall into place for a piece of information.
listening to other guests and other personnel during the wedding rehearsal and all that. Yeah, you might have picked up something.
So you heard an interesting talk about Ironbeard, who is sort of the mage in charge of securing things in the vault. And you thought they were saying he was a harper, but that didn't make any sense in the context. And when Van Death talks about what he found in the journal in the ledger, he says, "Well, one of the runes kind of looked like a harp symbol."
Okay, so that could be
Hmm.
Ironbeard, who's the mage in charge of vault security.
Okay, where do we think he might be?
You haven't
And
seen him since the lunch, but he was there, and he was the one who uh, inventoried the goods into the vault and gave the password that uh, the couple knows, right, to unlock the stuff, which is how you got in there and pilfered everything. But you haven't seen him in an hour or so.
all right, so when we find him, is our plan going to be to distract him and then pickpocket the key, or I'm sure if we ask him for it, he's not going to just give it to us.
Drinking heavily at the after party thingy that we were, a luncheon.
He was. You noticed him a sipper, not a guzzler.
Sure, not a
Gosh
growler.
darn mages and how careful they are.
He's a sipper, not a guzzler.
Nice.
Well, I'm out. I've got no other ideas. Well, that could. I mean, that's one plan. Find him, and then, like, I could talk to him. While the best person that has sleight of hand can use their inspiration, or I'll give him my inspiration and try to pick his pocket. I mean, get that key. The other plan would be distract him down into the hallway into the janitor's closet and knock him out and take the key.
Convince them that there is an emergency in the vaults. That we saw somebody go into that vault. He and whoever else has the other key opens it, realizes, oh look, there's nobody in there, and we subdue them.
Yes, and we push him in the vault and take the thing. Lock him in.
Or you use the better lie and say, I forgot to add or assign my name to the card for the gift.
Huh.
That's what I would say.
Oh yeah, because then they wouldn't raise an alarm. That's a good.
I forgot to sign my name on the gift card for the magical ore ray piece. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Good.
I know which gift is mine. I just need to sign the card, and I don't want to, make a faux pas against anybody by saying I didn't get them something for the wedding.
All right, that's the least violent solution. I like that.
Now we're overlooking a detail though, and Reginald is surprised to be the one pointing this out, but that's only one of the two keys.
I mean, but he'll know who has the other key, right? So then he'll be able to find him for us,
Right.
hopefully.
So I can approach him and say, or
It'd be awkward if one of us has the key.
whichever one of us has the best charisma can approach him and say, this is embarrassing, but I forgot to sign the card, and I don't
Hey,
wanna,
Reginald.
I
Good
don't
to hear
wanna-
you.
I don't want to.
Looks like you're being voluntold to do.
I don't want to. I mean, I'll do it, but if I have to make any kind of roll, we're fucked.
I'm decent at both deception and persuasion, so
Yeah, so you could say something like, it's so embarrassing to have to reveal this to you, but if you could do me a slight favor, I forgot to sign my name to the gift, and boy, I don't want to insult anybody or cause any ruffles in the royal wedding, and if you could be so kind, that whole thing.
right. So we just have to find that guy.
Yeah, and we last saw him an hour ago in the...
So replay your story. What are you gonna do before you do it? Because I think you're missing something.
So
you have 50% of the keys to the vault where the wedding stuff is stored.
Yeah.
The other key holder is Gorat.
Right.
Well,
So
we filched his key.
We're gonna find Gorat. We are going to tell him we need access. Well, I mean, we're not gonna explain it that way, but we're gonna play the ruse that we forgot to sign the wedding gift that's in that vault.
Well, we have both of the keys to the wedding gift vault.
You do.
No.
Yeah, because
remember everything already.
But
yeah, right.
No. But I'm gonna say the whole Fury's whole idea was to claim that the thing that's in there is our gift. Like, it wasn't kept in the gift vault; it was kept in a separate vault. We can name the item, we can describe it, we can say where it is because we put it in there. We were with the security team that put it in there. Unless he knows otherwise that's not true. I don't know. Yeah, this might not be the best plan. I like the idea.
But that's been in there for 4 years or so.
Now where did we get that information? I don't remember. Okay, I guess I can't participate in this conversation because I have all my information screwed up. So
well,
I'll let you guys decide.
When you looked through the ledger, you went back several pages to find which vault you think has the piece of the orrery.
No, I said I checked the most recent 5 entries.
Right, but you didn't find it there, and you got inspired and flipped back a few more pages, is what Mark said.
Mark said that to me. How did I miss that?
Yeah, that was the thing. I said it. Go back and watch your stream when we're done, though.
Okay. Well, I totally missed that. So yeah, I've been formulating this plan based on information I didn't know I had, which is kind of like my real life. I've had many girlfriends say, "I told you that." Anyway, I guess my ideas aren't going to work then. So let's shift to something else. And this is where I'm doing the thing they do in Vegas where I flip my hands over like I'm out.
What's the other symbol besides the harp? What's the
Well, you kind of think it looks like a candelabra a little bit, but kind of like a little bit of a flame and a little bit of a pedestal.
I wouldn't know.
It's obviously Liberace's symbol.
I still think it would be at least a decent shot to alert the mage, say, "Do not be alarmed, but I believe I saw somebody go into XYZ vault. We need to keep this quiet so as not to disturb the other wedding guests." And I mean, we could take 2 people, even if one of them is a mage.
Slam.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get.
Just by way of a reminder, there are a crap ton of guards around this place because it is like a vault, and it is like safe deposit boxes, right?
And a dwarven enclave and all that.
All those minor inconveniences.
Whose vault does this belong to, by the way?
Say that again, Fate.
The vault. Who does it belong to?
The Horn Clan. They essentially rent out space in the vault. It's a self storage for your valuables kind of deal, right?
Hmm.
More like safety deposit box, right?
Yeah.
So you contract
Well-
them, you store stuff in their vault, and they protect it from people like, well, frankly, you.
Okay, well, besides the guest, wouldn't the father of the groom have, reason to go into the vault and check something? Like,
does
I
if
don't
he
know, rings
asks.
for the ceremony? Huh?
Yes, but
Privy?
he has rights with the other key, which you guys stole, to go into the vault on the map marks with an X, which is where the wedding gifts are stored, but not other customers' vaults. So he has a plausible explanation if he's seen in the vault area milling around because he has a right to be there.
Okay. I feel like there should be a ledger of what's kept in each vault.
Well, I found that.
You did? Were you able to make sense of it, heads and tails of it?
Well, yeah, I looked at it enough to know that the vault containing what we're after is where the red arrow's pointing. And I know which keys are needed to get in.
You just don't know who has the second key.
It's candelabra person.
I feel like you're saying that wrong. Like you don't really know what you're saying.
Who?
You.
That word doesn't mean what you think it means.
I was trying to get to that and I couldn't make it come out of my mouth.
Isn't that what Mark said? A candlestick or candelabra or something?
Camel stick, yeah.
Okay, a candlestick is different than a candelabra. Candelabra has usually like 4 or 5 different prongs. Maybe 3.
Yeah, it's a candelabra with a flame over it, but one flame over 3 candles slots.
I said it right. What the heck? Anyway, that person has got the second key that we need.
I would also add that you have about an hour until the wedding ceremony is supposed to start happening.
Oh man. Go down there and blowtorch that thing. Don't have. As the chat, Sven in the chat put redeem good idea for the party. There's no such thing.
Oh,
That's
man.
like 4 million XP.
Oh. Well, we better do something.
Well, you start going over your plans and ideas, and of course the flow of the wedding, and you realize that if the wedding were to occur, it's likely that somebody would expect the wedding gifts to show up. But then you realize that the wedding gifts are mostly supposed to be kept in the vault until after the couple returns from their honeymoon.
Yeah, I do realize that you're trying to give us a hint, but I don't in any way know what you're trying to tell us.
Yeah.
Same after marriage.
I am completely lost at this point as a player.
So let's say Dan Death decides to go back and look at the ledger again.
Okay.
And he scans the ledger and realizes the only place this particular key shows up is for this one vault.
Right.
And there are other symbols that show up on multiple vaults, right? But this is the only one where there's a single remainder. That's not the runes don't look like the others. Let's just put it that way. It stands out because it doesn't look like the rest of them. The rest of them, there's unique runes here and there, but they all look more like dwarvish runes. This one looks more like somebody else's symbol. So
Some
you
kind of
wonder
outsider.
if the key might belong to whoever owns the contents of the vault, not somebody who is in the Horn Enclave. Which is AKA maybe you aren't going to find the key.
Okay. So we either have to break in or trick somebody to. Well, that's what we were trying to do before, is trick somebody to let us in there.
Well, apparently there's not any way to get in without the keys.
Now, is that
Oh,
so there's two locks, and in the middle, is that a push button thing or anything, or is that just a gear picture?
I would say it's lock on the left, lock on the right, spin the wheel to release the
Right.
things like a
Okay.
bank vault.
So we need two keys, or at least a way to unlock both those locks, and we have one.
Oh,
And
you know who has one. You haven't managed to pilfer the said key yet.
Well, we have one in the shape of a Verdan, about 2 feet tall.
Technically, I'm forfeit now.
Oh, congratulations.
Level 5, I hit my growth.
It's all part of growing up.
so but we tried already to pick these locks, and we were told that was like a useless effort, right? Isn't that what we were told?
You tried to pick one and failed and moved on.
Oh, well then let's just go down there and try to pick these locks. I mean, if we fail at that, we'll come up with something else, but that might work.
yeah, we
Okay,
didn't try that
so-
particular vault at least, so maybe it's
Yeah, we
possible.
know. Yeah, before we were gonna just try to open everything, but now we know where to go. So,
Who are we going to take to pick the lock?
isn't that you?
Oh, yeah. True.
So I'll go down there with you, and I'll
Your
keep an.
excuse is that we're signing cards for the wedding gift.
Yeah, I forgot to
Yes.
sign my card too, so
Yeah, we can keep a lookout while you're picking the vault.
Because as Mark says, it's not really unusual that I would be milling around by the gifts for the.
Yeah. But if somebody actually sees you trying to key into the vault, that's going to be a problem.
Sure.
So I'll keep an eye down here on this end where I am, right here. And then if anybody's coming, I'll caca. Oh wait, I'm down here. I moved to the wrong place. Okay, so yeah, so there we go. That's exactly what we need, and then Rin can go in and pick the vault. Do it.
Well, she does think you'll need a second person to turn the key that you haven't stolen yet, but you're going to go steal.
Let's see.
Oh, do these locks
I
have to
could
be
probably.
picked at the same time?
Yeah, that's why it's so hard.
We need to get the key
So we need
first,
to get
then
that
pick
key
the lock.
then. All right.
From Ironbeard.
And I'm so confused in the last 20 minutes. Do we know who has the key?
Well, you found that information in the den,
Right.
which is connected to the Lord's
You
bedroom.
believe Ironbeard's key is one of the two keys needed. Ironbeard is the wizard in charge of protecting the vaults.
And he's not the Lord, though.
He is not.
Do we know where his quarters are, or where he would be? And
He lives in the dwarven residences area.
And how powerful of a wizard is he?
Is he a wizard of great
You're gonna have to
renown?
find out.
Well, so do we want to try to take the key from the wizard, or just trick him? Or I mean, I none of this seems like a good plan. Who are we supposed to get this for? Orin Duran?
Ourselves.
No, but who?
Us.
Oh, it's for us?
It's for us.
Why don't we just skip it? It's too hard.
Oh, we need all the
It's
pieces.
a big
to make
MacGuffin.
I know, it is. But I was going to say, if we were getting it as a mission, we could just tell the person, we know where it is. Send some troops.
Start a
More
small
cops.
clan war.
I'm normally
Or maybe
pretty
not
good at
so
solving
small ones.
puzzles, but I just am today. I just am so out of it. I can't even understand what we're supposed to be doing.
It's a heist.
It's probably Nito's fault because he's not here.
Could be.
And
He's
that's
so afraid about being married, he just stayed out.
Yeah, that's right.
and that's 11.
So, all right, I'll say, and then somebody say, no, I've got something better. So find the wizard and take his key. Everybody ready?
Yeah, sounds great.
Oh,
On
shit.
three.
Well, I mean, wait, Reginald,
Sounds great.
who are you playing as right?
My dwarven character is Rala.
Who
Rala.
is?
What relation to the family is Rala?
I'm Gwendolyn's cousin and lifelong best friend, and the attendant of
Ah.
honor for the wedding ceremony.
Ah,
So maid of
Okay.
honor. Okay.
I was thinking that you could be the one to. I could try to track down the wizard. You can try to distract him. Good old Ren can try to
With your
find the key on his person.
womanly wild.
My female dwarvish wiles.
Yeah, your beard.
Very
That should-
stylishly braided, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
Begin.
Who's looking for Ironbeard?
Reginald.
I'm gonna do that.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so Amara, aka Panic. So you see Ironbeard just leaving the tavern. So you see where he's going. So you have a chance to
Wonderful.
follow him just to make life easier here.
I'm gonna follow a few paces back then. Just trying to keep it on the quiet side.
Okay, so he's walking through the tavern, down the dining hall, heading towards the Hall of War.
Okay, looks like he's gonna be meeting somebody, so I'm just. You know what? Let's see. Well, I don't really have a way to communicate with our party, but I can hold him in place for long enough. So I'm going to say, Ironbeard, Sir Ironbeard.
Yes.
I just wanted to say how much I value you and your work as a magician in the court of the halls of the dwarves. Now, I just wanted to tell you how much of a fan I am of your work, and just keep going on in that sort of what? What did you just say? She's absolutely a Jewish mother now. She's been a Jewish mother. Did you see the prong candelabra? That's my key.
Didn't see.
Um, so she's going to see how long she can keep him in place just with patter. Um, hopefully, hopefully somebody will hear my voice, because I mean, if we're heading towards the Hall of War, the barracks isn't that far off, and
Okay.
come on, party members, use your perception skills.
You know, now that I'm looking at this picture, the Ori Vault, there are 10 locks on that door.
Well, the two locks, the round ones left and right of the center,
Uh-huh.
unlock them, and oh yeah, you're right. There's all these other.
There's like 10,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
like 8
that's right.
padlocks on this
Yeah.
whole thing. Holy shit.
There you go. Don't mess with the vault.
Alright, so Jewish mother has distracted the guy.
Trying to throw in as much magical jargon as I possibly can.
Okay, who's gonna try to pick the pocket then?
Me.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try, once we get into that position, I think it'd be a good idea for Rala to try to throw a distraction to make it easier for the
Yeah,
Documancer to do that.
because I'm annoying, but I'm not exactly distracting.
So at the moment of the pickpocket attempt, there can be a hey over, you know, that kind of thing to increase the chances, and then I'll give my inspiration to Rin to give her advantage on the check.
Well, I have inspiration, so I'm gonna use it.
Oh yeah, okay. I just didn't hear you say that, so I was gonna volunteer mine.
I just heard a chat woo.
Oh yes, that is advantage to Rin for the pickpocket from
Well,
Nice.
never
Svenster
mind.
Friendster 77.
So just give me the cue to make with the hands and with the stuff and the touching.
Now does the distraction also give her some other advantage on her pickpocket?
Like a plus
So
2.
roll your sleight of hand check with advantage.
No, but she already has that. Does the extra distracted? Okay, well, it's too late now.
Let me roll his counter roll.
Oh boy. He's a wizard, right? They're intelligence based, right? They're not whiz based. Meta.
Hopefully he dumped Wiz.
Yeah, right.
Well, that or
hopefully he
maybe the
does-
distraction gave him a disadvantage.
Right, it might be a lower DC or whatever. I don't know what Mark's gonna do.
Yeah. So you
Oh
you
no.
don't feel it was your best pull, but your companion's distraction was sufficient that all of a sudden you find in your hand the key.
Yay!
Ooh. Run for it. Run.
Guess the right pocket. You got the key.
And I will stealth away like the wind.
And that's why I prefer his treatises on the plains, more informative than the others. Anyway,
Yes.
thank you so much for listening to me. It's been a while since grad.
I love it.
Anyway,
Okay, that was fairly random.
you know how a poor mom gets on the day of her daughter's.
It happens. It happens. All right. Well, you should be getting ready for the ceremony soon.
Oh, absolutely, sir. I gotta doll myself up for the party.
For the
Alright.
party.
Okay, so you now have pilfered half of the keys that necessary to unlock this sucker.
All right, let's go shove that in and pick the other one.
Okay, I'm gonna watch him go through that door for the Hall of War before I try to make my way over to the vault.
And he enters the Hall of War. The double doors close, and you're free to move.
Shuffle, 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 shuffle.
All right, so
Boom.
Reginald and I will stand guard at the outer edges, and Panic can go with the key, and Rin can pick the other thing. Bing, bang, boom, vault open. This is my hope.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So now you have a key in hand, and you're looking at the vault, and you realize there really are a shit ton of locks in this thing. And so you try the key, and you also realize that some of the locks are not actually really locks.
False locks. I bet they give off an alarm.
So, but with the key, you don't set off a false lock, but you might have if you tried to pick it. So what you
Okay.
realize is there are 3 locks that your key opens, and there are 3 locks that you're going to have to pick.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Any way I can check out the locks, see the way they're constructed from the outside?
Well, not the center locks, but one of the padlocks you can look at because you were able to unlock it with the real key. So you'll have advantage and a lower DC to pick those locks. But
Cool.
the big lock on the right hand side, that one you think is going to be the hardest one to do. So would you like to start with the 2 easy locks or start with the hard lock?
Start with the hard one. And I will once again volunteer my inspiration if needed.
Do we start with the next inspiration each session?
Yeah.
You.
Ah, good.
Okay, so I'm going to use my inspiration to give myself advantage on this hard lock.
Okay.
All right, roll that beautiful lock picking footage. Well, your 29 was sufficient to open the hard lock.
Nice roll.
Dang.
So the other 2 have advantage anyway.
Yep. We got to roll 2 more.
You guys said you were going to give me your advantage for this?
No.
No, because you were able to study the lock you successfully unlocked, you have advantage on the remaining 2 padlocks.
Okay, cool.
Second padlock is, or the first padlock, the second of the 3 locks is now open. Oof. And you just made the third one. That one gave you a little trouble. You're getting a little sweaty, but you've rolled exactly the DC.
Nice. All
You
right.
now have an unlocked vault.
Open those doors. Spin the thing. Spin the thing. That thing needs to be spun, or whatever. However you open a vault.
No passphrase, do we think?
No, just open it.
So the passphrases you believe only apply to the double vaults.
Okay. Because wouldn't that just be the way of it? We spin it open after we do all this work and
Yeah,
So-
but then once we open it, it just becomes a foot race if we get caught.
There you go. Because you gotta go through like 15 portcullises to get out of here.
No big deal.
yeah, I'm looking at them.
Some of them which are powered by iron golems. So you look inside,
I
and
was going to say I have a thing that makes me teleport away from this.
see, now you're thinking. Statues of human-sized brass dragons stand at the center of the vault, their heads pointed at a globe of light hovering in the air between them. A circular clockwork device floats within the light, recognizable even at this distance as one of the components of the Ori of the Wanderer.
Okay, I trust those dragons not at all.
If I was to use a timepiece of travel, the get away from it all, is that just me, myself, or do people touching me also get to come away with me?
It's like the teleport spell.
So,
That's
oh,
me
it
covering
literally says,
while I look up the teleport spell.
yeah.
The last time I had the ability to teleport was second edition.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
You and up
I
to
could-
8 willing creatures of your choice that you can see within range.
Yes. All
So
right.
once we get this, we can, get the fuck out.
Right.
Somebody get the rest of the group together.
Yeah, so I assume you're all going to start converging on the.
Yeah,
the thing.
and you would want to maybe teleport us outside to the bushes where we hid the other stuff, because don't we need that too? Or we don't need that.
We want that. We don't necessarily need it.
Well, if we teleport, if we close this vault, close the doors. I mean, they'll, the locks will still be unlocked on the outside, but it'll take us a trained eye to spot that as they're walking by. But if we close the doors, take this thing, teleport to the outside, grab those gifts, and just start hauling ass before anybody figures it out, we'll be long gone.
Somebody just needs to drag Nito down here with us.
Hey, what happens to our bodies when we no longer need, since we're
I've also
possessing?
removed the owner on Nito if somebody wants to bring up his character.
Oh, I can do that.
So the ritual that you used, your bodies are still in Transcender Manor, and you are occupying the bodies of the others. And so when you end the ritual, right, you would return to your bodies, right?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, if we, where will these bodies end up if we make it all the way back to Transcender Manor, still in these skins?
Right. So the logistics of teleporting and ending the ritual and all that, you've got to think through, right? So will you teleport the bodies wherever the bodies will go? Your souls are still attached to Transcender Manor, and you have to end the ritual, at which time the dwarves, your bodies you're currently occupying, will become themselves again, and they will have some memories of what you guys were doing when they were possessed by you.
Wonderful.
They won't necessarily know who you are.
So technically, what we need to do is transport us to where our actual bodies are, and then kill the dwarves that show up. Is that
Now
what I
you're
understand?
thinking in neutral evil way.
Or
Neutral evil.
an alternate might be get the loot to somewhere difficult for the dwarves to get it, and then just release their bodies.
What,
Right.
like the top shelf of the cabinet?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
You have to put a
Because
bunch of
they're
dwarves on
short.
their
I see
shoulders.
what you're doing.
Yeah, they always have the 3 dwarfs in a trench coat to fall back on, though.
Or we could jump off a cliff and then end the ritual.
That too. But I was just thinking, if my body is back in Transcender Manor, that means this person isn't actually carrying any of my equipment.
Yeah, we're
Meaning,
just skipping past that.
So when we end the ritual, all equipment that we own just magically appears back where our bodies are.
Yeah, it was a little fuzzy on this whole thing.
you're fuzzy on it. We're completely lost on it.
I like the idea of teleporting outside, get the stuff, run away back home, put everything in our stash house, and then run off a cliff and end the ritual. All together, like Thelma and Louise.
This is so awful. I love it.
Well, I'm with you up till the stow all of the loot securely, and then have the dwarves bugger off, and then end the ritual. I don't like the idea of just killing them.
Well, if
I mean,
we
what kind
don't,
of tabloid headline would that be? Wedding party commits mass suicide?
If we don't, if we don't kill them, we run the risk of them realizing who we are and this and that.
So
Especially if we take everything back to the hideout, because
now
Right.
you guys do remember you're part of a larger organization that has teams that deal with complex logistics of highly profitable natures.
All right. So what about this? We teleport. We grab the ore. We teleport. For my plan to work, there has to be. I need to know when we end the ritual. Oh no! Yeah, no, never mind. Because then we don't have the stuff with us. We have to somehow. Oh, I know.
We have to get the stuff to a safe place.
Okay, so we get the ritual. We get the ore right in this vault, and then we go outside to where we stash the other stuff. We end the ritual, grab everything, and run, and hopefully the dwarves will all be disoriented, like, what the hell just happened? Who are you guys? And we just take off. And
our bodies are still a transcender, though.
Yeah, when we end the ritual,
oh yeah,
we're going to be.
this is so fucking confusing.
You're
Our
basically
greed,
remote
our greed
controlling
is
one of the
absolutely
bodies.
taking over.
Yeah, so there's only one. Okay, so maybe that's not what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is
We just set up a dead drop, and then we end the
right.
ritual.
We take this ore outside, put it with the other stash, bring the dwarves back inside, and then end the ritual, and then just either come back or send somebody back to get the stuff. But he said that they will remember stuff, so then they'll just be like, hey, one of them will be like, I'm gonna go outside and check in the bushes. I had this dream. There's a bunch of stuff out there.
Well, plus if they realize that the vaults have been breached, they'll be scouring everywhere, so there won't be any way.
So safest is back to the running them off the cliff idea. I mean, we could not kill them, but then
what was that you said about the corporate teams who handle messy situations like this?
Yeah, maybe the Pony Express should outsource the shipment.
Well, okay, so what if we take everything back to our place and then march down to headquarters and be like, we're the Pony Express. We're in a ritual. We're in different bodies, and we're about to release them into your custody. And so, on the count of 3, we're gonna be changed back to our bodies elsewhere, and you'll be left with these people standing in front of you, and let them deal with it. Which is very much in my mind the same thing as just running them off a cliff.
Or we get to one of our Pony Express outposts / whoever we have in the area, say, hey, this needs to get back to Transcender Manor ASAP. It's very, very important. And then, make sure our people have the goods, and then, end the ceremony and the ritual.
Yeah, but anything if we don't kill them, their memories will tell them who did this. And that's
have they been outside of their dwarven halls? Do they know the directions to Transcender Manor? What we could do is we could just obfuscate it, like get it to the ship, say, hey, this needs to meet with our woman in Neverwinter. She will know where to take it. And then Reginald can source stone, whatever, sending stone, the information to our major domo.
Yeah,
that
that's
sounds
right.
pretty good.
Or we could always have these people committed to a mental asylum for the rape.
So we're not good with killing them, but we're good with imprisoning them for the rest of their lives.
Oh boy. No, I think Rin is good with either.
I'm just giving you ideas of how not to kill them, but to keep them confined. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm giving ideas.
Yeah,
You're
and
the
so
decisionist.
pulling that thread, one thing you want to remember is this is the marriage of two dwarven clans. My guess is if you kill off half the wedding party, they might take that personal like.
If they know who did it.
Well, another way
Mm,
to look at
They
the
have the
whole
resources to
them
find
knowing who did it part is that if we get away with it and they know who did it, that's just going to increase our renown and our notoriety and up our
Or
And
or
have
we
assassins
start a
chasing us for the
war.
rest of our lives.
No. We'll start a war, and we'll have it set up to where Panic kills me and Nito, since I'm the father of the groom and Nito is the groom, and make sure it's very obvious that blood on her hands and that her clan is responsible for the dissolvement
This
of
is
the
some
marriage.
fucking Game of Thrones shit, you guys.
Yikes.
Do we know that if one of the bodies that we're in dies, do we die or do we go back to our body?
Flabbergast was not super clear on what happens in that situation.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not.
It was in the fine print and the details when you signed the release.
Fine, second
This
sign shit.
waiver to inhabit somebody else's body. I'm not super thrilled about that. So I'd say, do we have a command word for releasing ourselves from the?
Yeah, but it's one word, command word that undoes the whole ritual, so
Right,
everybody
so
goes on
we all
one.
march into the wedding hall. Okay, so we go do the delivery thing, right? Get rid of the stuff. That's the first order of business. Then we all march into the wedding hall and just start a big knife stabbing fight until we're all wounded and
No.
why not?
Or
I think we would get mobbed pretty quickly.
Right, but then we say the
Sorry.
command word and then the fucking
Yeah, but what if it's not our turn? Then we can't say the command word.
a command word is if you can say anything during anybody's turn.
well, I was gonna say maybe we can have Nito as our sleeper agent, keep him here for however long until after the honeymoon, and then he can bring back the Orny with him, the gear, along with the gifts, whatever.
Well, I think our problem right now is we've got 4 different ideas of what we want to do, and we need to decide what we're gonna do.
That would be helpful.
Decision is stand.
Decisionist should make the
The
decision.
good thing that we're not in the same room, you can't hear me smirking, laughing, and howling every time you suggest things.
All right, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all this stuff and we're gonna go back to where we live and stow it, and then we're gonna take Panic's idea and run everybody off a cliff as we say the command word, and then I will just console Reginald after the fact.
Hey now. Okay.
It was your idea.
Yeah, but we're gonna classify it as my idea.
Yes,
I
we are.
abandoned it shortly thereafter.
Well, it's now my idea, and that's what we're gonna do.
Okay, I feel better about that.
All right, so we do that.
Wow, oh my god. Well, first we have to get the orrery piece.
Yeah,
Let's investigate those.
Oh, I thought that was just a gimme. Okay.
Oh, I highly doubt it with those dragon statues. Can I take a look at those, by the way?
Yes, how closely did you look at them?
I did notice there were 2 combatants on the map, but I thought we were gonna just skip over that.
Yeah, this is definitely not the equivalent of a 2-foot putt.
Of the what?
I'm going to try to, because they're facing the orrery piece, correct?
Correct.
Can I approach from behind the statue?
Since the statue's at the far wall.
Oh yeah, that's not possible. Let's see. Mm, still want to be able to get decently close.
Well, you can go in the vault room.
Hmm.
Can't you detect magic to see if, I don't know, there's magical triggers?
I like how you think I'm a wizard. I'm just somebody who shoots arrows.
That's right. I forget about you sometime, especially since you just had that long conversation about.
It's probably just suspended there. There's probably nothing that'll keep you from just grabbing.
Oof. Okay.
Well, best case
Does there
scenario,
seem
we
to
grab
be?
it and nothing happens. Worst case,
Yeah.
we're gonna fight these things, and we're gonna have to do that anyway. So might as well just try and
Yeah.
grab the thing.
Nito's right
Any
here.
any tripwires or runes around the doorway?
None that you detect.
Okay. I guess I'll take point then.
Oh, okay.
Oh, are you Nito or?
I was Nito. I put him in there because he's not here.
I was gonna say, I mean, because he's an occultant, wouldn't he know some of these magical things?
Okay, and as you step close, the statues swivel their heads and look at
All right, no big deal.
you. And the first asks, "Who are you, and what are your ideals?"
Panic. Just blame you.
Wow, thanks. Okay. I am Amara, and I value my daughter's joy.
They don't really react.
Great.
And you may all roll initiative just to keep this
No.
easier.
No, that's awesome.
And the second one asks, "Who do you serve?"
I serve the lord of my clan.
There's no reaction. The first one asks another question. "Why have you come to Lottie's vault?"
Screw it. To complete the orrery.
"Why do you seek the orrery?"
It hides mysteries.
"What would disappoint you the most right now?"
Either that piece turns out to be a fake or you fill my face with fire. Do I need to pick one?
Prepare to be disappointed.
Oh,
I
well, it's fucking go time
should have said the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or something like that.
then.
Okay, well, we're going to go to the top of the order. All right, Nito, it is your turn.
All right, well, Nito is going to
Now,
have
just to keep things in mind here, right? So you've not actually reached for the Ori component that's floating yet. These things have just talked to you. They haven't done anything hostile other than look at you threateningly.
right. So,
The only thing they've threatened is me, so don't even worry about it.
Nito is going to grab the ore and run.
Well, they're going to try and stop you.
Okay.
So give me a, I don't know, a sleight of hand check, I guess.
All right. Nito will use his inspiration for this.
And you grab the thing floating in the air and tug, and it does not move.
Do I know why?
Magic.
Okay. I yell out.
Then slowly, the illusion dissolves, and there's a leather bag floating with a globe of light, on which is written the words "Congratulations."
Do I recognize the handwriting? Is it Orandran?
It's not handwriting you've seen before.
So it's now a bag?
Yes, you realize that what you saw before was an illusion.
Right. I just walk out of the room. I just leave.
Okay.
Or, well, he does. Nito does. Okay.
Reginald, it's your turn.
Does it sound like there's anybody coming? I mean, stuff's obviously happening down there at the corner. But
No.
do I hear
The clockwork dragons have not moved anywhere.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of dwarven guards coming from my north.
The coast is clear for the moment.
Well, I'll hold action in case something comes around the corner and attacks me then.
Okay. And Death, your turn.
Oh shit! Sorry, I thought my character went already, which it did, but then not. If I understand everything that's happening, I'm just gonna wait for Panic to exit. So I'll back up slightly and then just wait.
Okay. The clockwork dragon does something. Something in the probably not good category.
Yeah, does it involve breathing fire into my face?
It does.
Yeah. Now, question: since I am in dwarf body, shall I take off? What's it called? Resist.
What resistance? Oh, because you're a tiefling now. Just leave it.
Okay.
Oh, the good news is you succeed. Panic takes 7 fire damage.
You mean they did breathe fire into their face?
Yeah, it's nice that they're so accommodating.
And Panic's your turn. You are in melee range of 2 clockwork dragons. Because
Panic's gonna.
you're not like a monk. You don't have your disengage situation.
No. Although disengage would be like the action.
You could, as an action, disengage. Yes.
Does it look like there's any way to shut off the dragons? A la the
You kind of think you'd have to club them to death, or crush them, or destroy them. There's no
Yeah,
on-off switch like there was on the Mondrons.
guys, I think we're going to just letting you know. I think this is going to become a dwarf-wide problem. So this is going to be. Are we running?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously don't have the thing we came here for, but I now I'm stumped. I don't know what we should do. I really don't. The decision I'm making is I don't know.
Well, I don't have any allies right now. This is a small room, so I'm at least disengaging and backing out of this room.
Okay.
Maybe close the door behind you. If
Well,
you
so
can.
you did closing this door is definitely an action because it's a complicated
Yeah.
situation. But you disengage and you can leave the room. And as you move, the bag falls to the floor and chinks like there are coins inside.
No, you can't have me. You won't have me. Ah, screw it. So I've disengaged and I'm outside of the room. Correct? Is that it only fell to the ground when
Yeah, it fell to the ground when you moved.
okay. Let's see. Next person up is Rin. Rin, I think the bag's loose. If you wanna if you wanna dash your pretty little head in there and I believe in you, Rin. You can avoid a few fireballs. And forgot to press the what's it called button.
There you go. The whatchamacall button. Rin,
Yeah,
it's
the
your
whatchamacallit button. There you go.
That's what I was waiting for. Okay. Blah blah blah. So a bag was dropped. I need to go in and rescue it. I right, right. That's what I heard.
That's what you heard.
All right. So tokens are unlocked. I noticed. I'm gonna go in 5, 10 feet in. Grab whatever bag.
okay. When you go in there, one of the dragons asks, "What's the best way to make money?"
Steal it out from this bag. I'm just kidding.
Actually, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I ignore his question because I don't care and grab this bag of whatever and then get out.
Use other people's money.
Okay, give me like a sleight of hand check, I guess. You grab the bag and you boogie out. You're out of the room. The Clockworks dragons are still there. They are not taking at the moment hostile activity, but the vault door is still wide the hell open.
Oh, yeah, I should close that.
All right, well, that's an action, so you gotta wait till the next turn. Because it's a super complicated door.
Oh, then yeah, I'm gonna stand back just a little bit. Blah blah blah. What else do I got? Do we need to run out of here?
Oh, most definitely.
Well,
You said
aren't
something
we
about teleportation.
teleporting?
Yeah, you guys gotta be within 10 feet, but also we never clarified the fact that the teleport thingy is with Ren's actual body, not this fake
Yeah, that's kind of a problem too.
So there is no teleporting. We just run for our lives with our short little dwarven legs.
All right, Reginald, it's your turn.
I heard them say we're fleeing, so that
The door.
means. Oh, door. Okay, shut the door.
Give me a dex check. You start to close the door, but you drop one of the padlocks and it falls into the room.
Jesus Christ, people.
And then one of the clockwork speaks and says, Lottie would not like our telling you very much about her. She's very powerful and is the master of clockwork and has lots of style.
Well, since I didn't ask, okay, and I'm not too worried about the padlock falling inside. I'll still just shut the door as long as it's blocking the entranceway.
Okay, that just means somebody will know the vault's been opened.
Yeah, I was about to say, we need to put the padlocks back.
Well, am I able to grab the padlock?
On your next turn, maybe.
One of us could do it.
You use your action to try and close the door, and now you've got to open the door, not unlock it, just pull it back open and grab the lock.
Okay, well, I'll do what I can to help with that as I pass.
And
All right, so he's going to ready a. Well, let's see. What does Dan have in the way of ranged? He'll ready a ray. Oh, that's probably not going to work. I'll just ready a crossbow shot if any of these clockwork orange things do become hostile toward my party in my line of sight.
okay. Now, Rob, it's Nito's turn.
Oh shit. Nito will. I'm actually trying to fix his character, which is why I'm distracted. His character is all fucked up. Does Nito have ranged? He'll do the same thing. He'll ready a longbow. He'll back up a little. Ready a longbow shot if such hostilities incur.
So it falls to me then.
As usual.
As usual. All right, gonna run into the room and see if I can't pick up the lock and run back out and hand it over to Documancer Rin.
Well, first thing you have to do is open the door, and that's an action.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You know,
Okay.
it's like a bank vault door, you know?
Yeah, but my
You
god.
could open the door, and then Rin, who goes next, could run in.
But then it'll take an action to close the door.
Yes.
Yeah. We're still screwed no matter what. Okay, so I'll open the.
All right, the door is now open. You have movement, but that was your action.
I mean, I've got nowhere to go.
Just end your turn, and I'll grab the lock.
Thank you.
And then one of them says, "It's best not to cross Lottie. She destroys all who dare rise against her."
So Ren, ignoring the clockwork dragons yet again, will run in, grab said lock, and then wait for Reginald to close the damn door. Actually, she's going to grab the other locks too, and wait for Reginald to close the door. In fact, she'll assist him so he doesn't drop any.
All right, so you reach in there, you grab the lock, you jump back out. Nothing happens.
It's very hokey pokey.
It's very hokey pokey. That's so true.
And it is now Nito's turn.
Oh my god. I didn't hear a bell. I think back up even more. And still ready hostility deterrence, as will Dan Death.
Okay. So I'm gonna close the door without dropping.
All right, give me that dex check, sleight of hand, something like that. Yeah, those were good. So you are able to close the door and replace the locks, and the vault is now closed.
Look at Reginald and shake my head like, how hard was that to do?
He was Butterfingers.
All right, so an hour later, we don't know where this fucking.
But you do have a bag filled with coins.
We got tricked. Fuck this magic item. Let's get the hell out of here. We won it, I know.
So, you take a quick peek in the bag and you notice there are some strange looking coins and a note.
All right, well, let's read that.
You read the note, and the note says, "Congratulations on the determination that got you this far in search of the Wheel of Stars. And sorry that your reward has been denied you. The wheel has been with me always, and even as this ruse is ended, I promise it shall never be given over to those who use the power of the orrery for woe. If that be you, feel free to face me and know your doom. But perchance you've come here seeking the orrery so to destroy it, well, you have piqued my interest. My name is Lottie. Find me if you can." And shortly into the party sheet, there'll be some coins that are interesting. You have 30 strange coins that appear to be gold, but are actually copper, covered in gold foil and stamped with the letter L.
But we need to find out where this Lottie is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But first, I think we have a wedding to attend.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's go to the wedding then. Hide this bag outside with our stuff, and then we'll go to the wedding.
Or should we take our break and then come back for the wedding?
Yeah, we should do that.
Well, I don't know about getting back out and back in again. That's probably a big risk.
How big is this bag? Can we just hide it amongst our inside
Yeah,
our
it's
coat?
like a coin purse. It's got 30
Oh,
coins.
okay,
in it.
so we can just pocket that. Okay, no big deal.
If it was a big purse, I just say, panic, put it under your dress, pretend you're pregnant.
Yeah, can do that.
All right, yeah, so let's take our break and then go to the wedding.
Sounds good.
10 minutes?
And it is.
Then it is, all right. So, stream, we're going to take our break. Goat in the bag. Take our break. I'm going to run a midstream ad for 3 minutes. Some of you will see it, some of you won't. Some of you will see part of it. Some of you will see nothing and you'll have no idea it's even happening. But I'm going to push the button nonetheless. There we go. So, yep, 10-minute break.
So, hey, Nita, we were on a break. So, 3 of you are back. Who's not back?
Reginald.
Oh, I'm back. I just didn't see the little thing.
All right, we're back.
I've been back. I've been sitting here.
I never left.
And I guess Nito's in the Discord voice, but I don't know if he can hear us.
Yeah, I think he's on his phone, so he can maybe hear us, but he's got himself muted because his phone's probably not that good for talking. He said this, if you guys want to read his comments in the Discord chat, the saddest sound is the Discord or the generator dying. He said.
Yeah, it is a sad sound.
All right, so we're going to the wedding then. Feel we need to do that.
Well, that's what brings us together today.
You got about
I thought it
20
was
minutes.
love.
Marriage.
Marriage.
Oh, that's right. It's not love. It's marriage.
Marriage.
Marriage and to love.
No, he obviously said to blave, which we all know means to bluff.
The French to bluff.
Okay. So you're going to make your way to the ceremony in the temple.
Yeah. Yeah. Make our way down to the. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Do you have the wing?
The wing.
Actually, does he have it?
The wing.
Do you have the wing?
Okay. So everyone starts assembling in the temple. Nito is not available to have his misgivings about playing the groom.
Let him step up to the altar there.
So, dressed in their finest, the members of the Dargon and Thunderwind families head to the temple. Rizwan leads them south through the Hall of War and east through Passador Residences. Ironbeard exits his quarters to join them. You still have his key, by the way. Revealing the location of the area that the characters, the temple is beautifully carved to depict Morden Saman of the Dwarven Pantheon. Includes fine statues of Moradin, Plagadin, Silverbeard, Brarenar, True Silver, and Hala Bright Axe. After the initial pleasantries, Rizwin indicates to Jormon that he may climb to the steps of the dais and begin the ceremony at this time.
Just for our party, you should know, we should probably return those keys. Just to, reduce suspicion.
Okay.
Well, you have them, Rin.
That's true. I don't suppose Panic would be sitting next to that wizard dude or whatever she was chatting up.
I mean, the
You-
very best I could do is say, "Hey, did you drop this?" Drop it next to him and then pick it up for him.
That's exactly what I was going to say to do.
Nice, great minds and all that.
And whatnot.
All right. That the play?
I think that should be.
Do you need a
About it.
distraction while you do that?
No, I think he's not looking at me.
Put the key in the lost and found box. That's what Sven said.
That's a great idea, Sven.
Or if it's the churches I've been to, when they pass the money bucket around, you
Right,
put
just
it in
put the
there.
key in that.
And then,
What's this
of course,
key?
I'm passing down to the left to the end, so it's like, wait, what?
There you go.
Yeah, I think I'll try to take the key from Rin, sort of like the slide it under my hand, and then drop it on the side that is next to the wizard. He's like, oh, did you drop this? This isn't mine.
Okay.
Maybe slightly bump into him or something.
Don't want him to think I'm that friendly.
So you drop the key, or you pick up the key and say, "Hey, did you drop this?" And he goes, "Huh?" And he rifles through his pockets and says, "Oh, thank you, milady, thank you," and takes the
You're
key.
so welcome.
You have returned the key. So Rin, I might also add that you are the master of ceremonies here,
Hmm.
or at least your character is.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of freaking out. And probably going to try to make up something about what a fortuitous day for our clans to be joining, and I'm so proud of my son to be taking this sturdy wife.
She is sturdy. Look at those
She's
hips.
a sturdy wife.
How are you going to reconcile all the different parts of the pantheon here, being the lore master that you are of Dwarven?
The fuck? Oh god. What's my history? It's shit. Okay. Um so is my religion.
So you vaguely recall that Clan Dargon is pleased by emphasis on the hearth.
Are you ready for
While
shooting
Clan
buzzworthy?
Thunderwind appreciates emphasis on battle.
So I kind of fumble it up and say something about the home battles and how we will be protected by our clans. And then I just start going into you, son of mine, take
Everyone
this.
starts staring at Decisionist Dan Daff, who's playing Thoman.
I'm adding a lot of here, and whatnots, and yay to that, and praise be to whatever she says.
Sorry, at Nito, rather. Sorry. He's
Oh, my
playing
bad. I did that anyway. He does that.
because Tanis is, of course, the groom, and he's still not on. He's at the entrance of the temple and hasn't come up.
Oh,
to the
no,
altar
I
yet.
put him up there.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong token. Sorry,
Yeah, I put him up there to get married.
Yeah, Dan Death is back there.
Yeah, I'm back
Nico's
here.
right up there.
All right, so Jordan, you pull some you pull some marriage things from your watching the Love Boat over and over, and now it's the place where the bride and groom have to say their vows to each other.
Yeah, that sounds right. That's what I did.
And so you're gonna say any vows? Nito?
Yes. I can do it because Nordic isn't here, so if I fuck this up, it's not my fault. He says, he looks into her eyes and says, I pledge my life to you, you sturdy woman. And I hope that we will have many fun adventures together and create many more of our people, as it is your duty to do. Amen.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was eating soup and I snorted when you said that shit. It hurts so bad right now.
Well, his soon to be bride / ex-wife has a similar reaction.
Yes.
He's in the look of, we're gonna talk later and you're not gonna like it. We know that look. And she commits her vows, where she looks forward to the joining in the clans, turning the swords into plowshares and all that kind of good stuff, right?
Right.
And the everlasting binding of the two souls in this holy place.
2 souls. Oh no. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Which read way more into it than I meant to say, but that's okay. And everybody goes, cheer, cheer, hail the new couple, yeah. All that kind of good stuff.
Hip, hip.
Hooray!
Hooray.
And Nito is now married.
Yeah, he looks over and says, when do we say the code word?
I think I'm gonna put the effect on him, and it's disadvantages on all saves. So.
That's right, forever. And disadvantage on your bank account.
Yeah, put minus 5% to fortune. All treasure is 5% to 10% lower. No, so you conclude the ceremony in the temple. Everyone returns to the dining hall. Even more kegs are opened that were opened at lunch, and the couple is preparing for their exit for their honeymoon.
Wait, don't they need to consummate the marriage first?
Yeah, well, they're not going to do that here, maybe. You don't know.
The side of the clan, right? Under the eyes of the clan?
Yikes.
It's a different clan. But essentially what you figure out is your opportunity, once the morning arrives, is to depart with the caravan that you came in on, all except for, of course, the groom, who is off to his honeymoon. In the classic split the party move.
Nice.
It'll be okay once we discontinue the ritual.
Instead of rice, throw gnomes. They are environmentally sound.
Oh boy.
So, the next morning arrives.
Nordic Geek.
You all make your preparations to leave the Horn Enclave, including the bride and groom, who are off to their honeymoon, and the caravan returning back to, I don't know, Waterdeep or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, something.
So let's say, for sake of argument, Nito knows what the plan is going to be, and whenever you guys release the ritual, he'll just be gone, and so he has nothing of import. And so the only sneaky thing you guys have to do is you have to go into the woods and get your loot that you stashed with your first round of thievery, because I assume you want to take all that stuff with you.
Yes.
You assume correctly.
You know what happens when you assume you are right.
Exactly. And such. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of rolling, see if you can be stealthy enough to retrieve your loot. Now, how are you gonna play? So the caravan, are you gonna ride it all the way back as your characters? You know, the people you've possessed, or you're gonna bail in the middle? Like, what's the handoff? Just
Drive
talk
it
me
off
through
a cliff. Drive it off a cliff.
No.
Well, again, you think they know that they were not acting of their own volition in all things, but they don't know who was, remotely operating them.
Right.
Well, we just have to get all our stuff to a safe location, which, if we're going to Neverwinter, there's a place there, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, you're in the Horde Enclave, which is way up in the northeast section of the map here, north of Silvery Moon. Yeah, way up there.
And that is the back of Beyond. Jeez.
I fucked her. There you go, Drake.
There is no way I'm going to be heading back there anytime soon.
I'm gonna. Nito is gonna whisper to himself. Remember that this marriage was done not under your control, so you have that excuse for the rest of your life.
Where is the caravan heading back to?
Let's say it's going to Silvery Moon. And then you could take a downstream boat from there.
A vow is a vow.
And that would go around the Evermoors and down like to
Yeah,
Yartar
towards
or
Waterdeep.
something.
If you guys were going back to Phandalin, you would jump off at Yartar or whatever that is, and then
Yeah.
go across the Trioban Trail.
Yartar's probably a place we need to investigate at some point. There's a lot of criminal activity there, I understand.
We need to establish a foothold.
Well,
That's
basically,
what I
all the
mean.
criminal activities where you guys are. Haha, just kidding.
That's right. Who knew we were going to be the bad boys of AI? I say that generically. It includes girls.
Cheerbits. Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks for the cheerbits.
Cheerbits. I didn't realize I had my speaker on. Cheerbits.
So
Drake takes cheerbits. Thank you, sir.
all right, so give me a deception check about how you go retrieve your goods and get them onto the caravan before anybody notices.
We don't want that to be me.
I can't tell a lie.
I can. I'm full of them.
Ooh.
Is this in character or?
Yes.
Okay. I see what you did. That's awesome.
Well played, well played.
That was awesome.
So Reginald, who apparently is proficient in deception, crafts a line of bullshit that is sufficient to create the cover where you can move some sacks of stolen loot onto the caravan and nobody notices.
Wait, Reginald is proficient in bullshit?
That's right.
No way.
You damn skip.
Damn skip.
So you get to the caravan, takes you to Silvery Moon. You have your loot, and somebody has the brilliant idea of maybe we should call the head office.
Yeah.
Find out what's what.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, I guess I will try to make an Arcana check.
All right, go do some arcaneness. And that was a 18. 18, so you've been arcaned.
Well, that means my sending stone worked.
Yeah, so you got the headquarters on the line. You say, "Hey, we're checking in from Silver Moon." And they ask, "Did you get this Star the Star Wanderer?" And you say, "It was a scam." What do you want to tell them?
It was a total scam.
Apparently, it was some kind of test where we have to find somebody named Lottie who
Some
still
Lottie,
has the.
you know about Lottie.
Uh-oh, who's that?
Lottie is this I'll say personality who has created a casino in a town, and she didn't like what the town did, so she burned it to the ground. And then they rebuilt the town, and they're on better terms now. But it's quite a distance away. Quite a distance.
What town is that?
Casino, I'm in.
It's in the Great Peak Mountains.
Ah, the Gray Peak Mountains. Is that on this map? Oh, yes, it is.
Is it Fortune? Is that the name of the town?
I don't see the name of the town. It could, yeah. I did say it is Fortune, yeah.
We have to either go, through the mountains or around east of Hellgate Dell. Hellgate.
Well, Flabbergast filled them in as to what your plan was and how you were doing it. And Acquisition Incorporated, being a corporation of many resources, has decided to loan you some transportation in the form of a battle balloon.
Yes.
And to
Oh,
simplify
nice.
your logistics, they've actually picked your bodies up from Phandalin and have brought them to Silvery Moon
That's sweet.
for a
That's-
nominal fee, of course.
$2.
So you can reconnect all your stuff in Silvery Moon. You're you again. The ritual ends. The poor possessed soul that Nito was is like, what the hell just happened?
And Nito is still married.
A vow's a vow, he says in the chat.
And poor old Rala ended up getting that belt of Dwarvenkind for other people.
Oh, she was a doppelganger. It wasn't even Rala anyway.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
It
but-
wasn't. Interesting.
No, she was a doppelganger, which I didn't see any reason to divulge all that.
Oh, you could have had a lot of fun with that.
All right, now we just need to figure out where this thing is in the module. In the infamous words, stand
Stand by.
Well, we could also decide who would be best served to have the belt of Dwarvenkind and the Mistral half plate armor.
The suggested battle balloon name from the chat is Dolly. I would think you would call it half Dolly, Drake.
Found another error, Rob.
Oh God, what Nito said in the Discord. Doppelgang me on consummation nights, and I will owe you a favor.
What is the error?
You are supposed to have a link to the NPC for the battle balloon, and it's a link to Jim Dark Magic instead.
What kind of bullshit?
Who did this crap?
I
No,
know.
just kidding.
What's funny is that there are many copies of this out there, and nobody ever reports these mistakes. So I'm glad Mark's running it, because then we can just fix them all before
Well,
anybody
clearly we
notices.
can't ride Jim Dark magic to the Great Peak Mountains.
Or
Speak for
can we?
yourself, sailor.
Literally, all of us went there.
I was naive to think it would be otherwise.
I was first. That's how my brain is wired.
He doesn't want sloppy seconds.
That is your current ride.
That's awesome.
Hello! I remember that picture now.
I can't see it.
Neither can I.
Look at the stream. It's awesome.
Look at the stream.
I'll just assume it's awesome.
It is awesome. It's a ship. It looks like a sled. It's got rails on the bottom, and it's got a thing that points out, and then above it is a balloon, and it says AI on it, and it's shooting fire into the balloon, and there's lightning all around it. It's pretty cool.
Hold on, let me pull up stream. I've got to see this.
All right, pull up the stream.
He just made it sound so awesome. I'm actually
pretty
opening
awesome
my browser
looking.
to look.
If you have the book, you can open it. If you have D&D Beyond, you can go look at it. Name the balloon after Rob's prom date, Peggy. Her name was Susie. This prom date that I never went to prom with, that whole story.
Sob story.
It's a sob story. It's kind of
You're
a good
drawing a
story.
sob?
Even though I didn't go to prom, it is a good story. Name it Kevin. Mad at Gary. Alright, so we get on this Peggy Kevin.
All right. So there's a full crew of about 20. There's you guys. And you have to decide sort of what additional assistance roles you want to play if things happen on the ship. So somebody can act in the capacity as a captain or a pilot or a weapon master or a mechanic.
You mean additional roles than the roles we already have? What?
Temporary roles while you're guest/employees on the ship. Flying balloon, that is.
Well, Dan Death clearly has to be the acting captain.
I am the decisioner. Mission
Providing
accomplished.
additional leadership. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Captain by captain.
What were the other ones?
Pilot, weapon master, or mechanic.
Okay, what are there any skills that are required for any of those?
None that were revealed to me. So essentially what you're really doing is doing the help action when things happen.
Well, I'll help pilot.
I like weapons.
All right, pilots, weapons. And Rin, why don't you be the mechanic just so we have all things covered?
Nito says he wants to be weapon master.
Okay.
We can have two. Okay.
Somebody's got to pull the string to get the fire.
Yeah. The sun hides behind clouds that increasingly darken as you head towards Great Peak Mountains, and hopefully the wizard who created the Ori. A steady rain begins to fall and the wind begins to howl. A crash of thunder is followed by forks of lightning. Soon, sheets of rain are falling while lightning flashes on every side. Lightning forms concentrated pockets, creating a maze of sorts.
That doesn't seem normal, does it?
Well,
No.
give me a nature or wisdom, survival check. You
Everybody?
think there's something in this?
Survival or nature? Oh,
Panic thinks it's sunny out.
forgot to roll the
Huh.
tower.
One. Dan Dap thinks this isn't natural. Rin isn't sure. Reginald thinks must be wizardly or something like that. Might be manipulated by a powerful spell, artifact, or proximity to portal of an elemental plane. But to all of you, it is obvious that you must maneuver the battle balloon through the storm, and retreat is not an option.
Let's do it. No surrender, no retreat.
Into the Valley of Death rode the 600.
And out came 2. Me and you.
What?
I don't know, I'm making shit up.
Hmm.
The storm has become deadly, with pockets of lightning flaring all around the battle balloon.
Well, that sounds
Everybody
like
should probably
pilot
time
stuff.
down
Great takes, Bit Boss.
So
just to
what
be
would you
safe.
like to do?
Pilot-
Not get hit by lightning.
Yeah, pilot straight through. Pilot the fastest course. Batten down the
Yeah.
hatches and all that stuff.
It doesn't.
All right, Mr. Captain, give
Yeah.
me either an intimidation or persuasion check.
All right, I will choose persuasion.
Okay. And the pilot, what would you like to do?
I'm trying to make sure we don't get hit by lightning. Because the weather started getting rough and the battle balloon was tossed.
Not for the courage of the fearless crew.
It's a 3-hour tour.
It's good to know people that are old.
We share cultural references.
That's right. These young kids don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Who was supporting being the pilot?
That would be Reginald.
Give me a dex check, please. Oh, you did that. Sorry.
Did
That
I?
was-
No, that
That
was
was
a
from earlier.
surprise.
Never mind.
Here's your dex check. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
With
Holy
Here's
way
your
better.
text.
Okay. So the pilot comes up with a good course, but the crew didn't respond quickly enough to the captain's instructions because he rolled shit. And as such, there's a stroke of lightning that damages the hull and creates a small fire.
Fire crews,
Fire teams.
get
And
on it.
so the mechanic, please give me an athletics or acrobatics check, please.
General quarters, general quarters. All hands man your battle stations. I wish I had a bosun whistle.
I can't do it.
Oh.
Ooh, that was pretty good.
That
Who
pretty
was
good.
that?
All right, so
That was Reginald.
mechanic,
Me.
Oh my god.
that was panic, right?
I was not the mechanic. That was Rin.
Rin,
Oh,
give
I didn't
me a
realize.
athletics or acrobat check.
I can't whistle.
Rin deftly grabs a bucket of water and pours it on the fire, and the fire goes out, and the ship suffers the smallest amount of damage. And then the rains take care of the rest of the fire. The storm dies down as the battle balloon sails away from the pockets of thunder and lightning. That's when fist-sized hail begins to drop out of the sky. As you search for a path out of the storm, a rock the size of a giant's boulder misses the balloon by a few feet.
Yikes.
That was no hail. That was a rock.
All right, I found another error, Rob.
Okay.
There is a additional player position called lookout. You know, somebody who can look out, and it's not in the description when I started, but it's in the book, and then it shows up. I'm going to make a note about that right now.
Yes, thank you.
You must have ran out of Diet Coke when you're working on this section.
Who would dare to assault a Acquisitions Incorporated battle balloon with magic?
Right. So why don't we say Nito plays the lookout just because, we had two weapons masters, right? And so can you from Nito give a perception check?
Yes, I can. Perception. Nito. He's the occultant. Perception. Boom.
All right. And Mr. Captain, can you give me deception or persuasion again?
Yes, persuasion. Boom.
Okay. And the pilot, can you give me 2 dex checks, please?
All right, dex check number 1 and dex check number 2.
All right. So, some bad shit happens to you.
No.
You all take 5 cold damage because
Damn.
you steered right into the block. But it's worse than that. 2 of the NPC crew members are killed, and the captain will have disadvantage on the next roll, or the next event, I should
Oof.
say.
That's crap.
Because
What?
a massive boulder of ice heads for the battle balloon.
The chat is suggesting we bust out our control weather spell, which is an 8th level spell, by the way. Oh snap, we got something.
Okay, weapons master. You need to shoot an ice boulder with one of the battle balloon's weapons.
Nice.
And so roll me a ranged attack roll.
All right. Gonna be dexterity plus proficiency. Is that
Yeah.
You can just use your longbow. Make sure you don't tick off ammunition.
okay? Except that I get. Okay, so I'm just gonna use the crossbow because I don't get that weird plus.
Yeah, that's fine.
Eh.
And boom, a big boulder of ice hits the battle balloon, dealing bludgeoning damage and cold damage to the ship and to the crew. So another crew member dies. And
we're going to end up having to pay for this battle balloon. That's
you
gonna
all
suck.
take 9 bludgeoning damage.
Damn! 14, 14, 14.
15.
15. You're better than us. You take one more.
Okay, and the mechanic, please give me a survival check. And you do not sort out all the damage that happened to the rigging because it's been torn by hail. And you will the pilot will have disadvantage on the pilot's next check. So the winds still howl and buffet the battle balloon, and the lightning and hail falls behind you. The clouds turn from purple gray to light gray. That's when you see a funnel cloud moving towards you. And it's a face is that a face forming within it?
Most likely.
Okay, lookout. Please give me a perception check.
Reginald has just received inspiration from Drake Takes in the chat.
Well, thank you, Drake.
That'll be handy. So Nito, give me the perception check.
Oh, Nito. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's me. Perception check. Here it is.
Okay, noted. And captain at disadvantage, give me a deception or persuasion check.
Okay, Captain has been given advantage by Drake Take, so that will cancel the disadvantage.
Okay.
Captain will do. What was it? Persuasion or.
Persuasion or deception.
Yes, okay, here we go. Thank you, Drake.
The crew feels inspired. Okay.
All right. How you do it?
Okay, weapons master, you have a chance to shoot at the somewhat sentient funnel cloud coming your way. So Panic, you can shoot your crossbow again, basically.
Sorry. Yeah, great.
Well, and you see the slight face wince a little bit. And there you go. Okay, pilot,
Yes, sir.
please give me a dex check.
Well, since
And
Drake
for
Takes was so
first,
kind
that's a
as to
disadvantage.
Yeah, I don't know how this applies, but Panic has been hasted, so she gets 2 turns. Does that apply?
I don't really think it does in this scenario.
Okay, I'll refund him for that.
Did you say I'm at disadvantage?
Yes, because we failed the checks the previous round here.
Oh, well, I'm going to use the inspiration that Drake Takes just provided me and negate that disadvantage.
Okay, turn that frown upside down. Got it.
And hopefully roll a good dex check. Here you go.
And that was a good dex check.
Yay, worth it.
So you evade some debris flying from the swirling winds, and you get through it. Okay. Now, mechanic, give me a survival check or a wisdom check. Sorry, survival check. Never mind.
I was about to say that's the same thing.
Yes, but if you do the wisdom check, you could use proficiency on flying vehicles if you had it, but you don't have proficiency. So, and you are also successful, and you are able to jerry rig the rigging so that it's more functional and receptive to the input steering of the pilot. However, dropping out from behind a dark cloud is an airship held aloft by a large balloon,
Holy
emblazoned
shit.
with a signal of the Six. A crew of hobgoblins and goblins can be seen swarming the decks, and a ballista and 3 harpoon guns are trained on your vessel. 2 arms.
Yeah, those tend to pop balloons really well.
Weather beat us down. Now we're going to have to fight these guys? Alright. 2 arms.
I was
Exactly.
gonna say maybe we should land.
And you may all roll initiative.
Alright. Coming up. Nice, we've got some help from the chat ready to go.
All right. And in the immortal words of our game, stand by.
Stand by.
Who was your favorite member of Shauna Na?
Bowser.
Of course.
He came in to the cell phone store when I worked there, and I asked him if he would autograph a headshot for my mom. He said, "For your mom." I said, "Yeah." He said, "All right." He did it. This was about 10 years ago. I can't even name any of the other guys. But I did watch that show.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. Hashtag old people.
All right, now I just gotta figure out which group goes with which shit. So give me one more second here. It's a complicated encounter. That's even accounting for the whole flying up down crap, which I'm not gonna bother. All right.
Ding.
Ding. Oh. What the heck is this? Where did that come from? Yeah, this encounter is a little weird, and it's not because it's not constructed correctly. It's just a little weird to pull off. There's like 5,000 things in the combat tracker. Do you see parts of the battle balloon that you're on in the combat tracker?
Yeah.
Yes.
Intern Rin has received a potion of healing from... Not an intern anymore. From, Drake Takes.
Our intern's dead, remember?
Garca.
Or Darko?
Rin is now a documancer. Yep.
Thank you for the potion. I'm watching the Twitch stream and Rob's background going crazy.
You mean my brick wall?
Yeah, your brick
Yeah.
wall, your hair, your headphones.
Yeah, that thing is not quite perfect, that in-camera thing. It does, yeah, the microphone, if I move the microphone it helps, but still my headset, I have to be looking at the correct angle for it to not but normally
Or you could get a green screen.
Yeah, but then that's a whole fucking thing.
No, it's not. It's just some like what do the kids do? They get a green sheet and I don't know, PVC piping.
I think when I build the addition to my house and move the studio, I might then get a green screen.
Yeah, and then you can like have the throne of swords behind you on the wall or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Or be sitting on the throne of swords.
There's only one kind of throne Rob sits on.
What's up?
Okay, I'm ready to battle. So the airship is 100 feet away from you, and it is Reginald's turn.
Well, 100 feet, I can still agonizing blast. So let's see. There's a goblin right there, goblin number 4. just happens to be apparently moping across the deck of that enemy ship, and I'm gonna lay into him with Agonizing Blast.
Sounds good.
Clovis, please help me out.
And he does. That's a hit.
Okay, so the first blast hits the goblin for 9, which then means goblin number 1 is the next one that looks like a
Okay.
likely candidate. So for the second bolt of Agonizing Blast, Clovis, once more.
That's also a hit. You're killing up the goblins.
Hey, that's action economy in our favor, man. So
All right, Dan Death, it is your turn.
All right. Are we only shooting at the personnel, or are we also shooting at like the harpoon?
You can shoot it. You can shoot at the harpoons. You can shoot at the battle. I mean, they're essentially the way the battle balloons work is there's a hull and there's some features on them, and you got to attack and destroy all of them, right?
Okay. Unless we kill the whole crew, then they just crash.
well, and here's the thing: if we kill the whole crew, we might get ourselves another battle balloon.
That's true.
Now
too.
you're thinking like a proper pirate.
There you go. All right. So, are any of the two guys adjacent to each other? Any of the two crew members?
Sure. I'm sure they're close to each other. So pick 2.
Okay, I'll just go in the next order for what's on the list, and I will do my Toll the Dead. Boom.
Fail.
All right, they can each suck it.
Critical. And Hobgoblin 3 fires the harpoon.
Okay, now
Wait, let me figure out how that works. One sec.
Yeah, and Goblin Harpoon has disadvantage per Drake takes in the chat.
Drake is our hero.
Redemption completed.
Actually, I think the way I'm gonna do those, and this isn't a disadvantage, but they actually show up as their own sort of monsters.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have the ballista and things like that attack when it's like their turn as a monster, and so the hobgoblin's just gonna do hobgoblin-y things.
Okay.
And so he is going to shoot a longbow.
Doesn't the hobgoblin doesn't some of the personnel have to take an action to fire the ballista?
You would think so. That would make sense to me.
I think that is what it is, because in like Ghost of Salt Marsh and all that other stuff, that's how it works.
But then I'll use the ballista's stat block.
Yeah, so then it has disadvantage on this one attack. And same for us. Someone has to be firing our harpoons and whatever the hell.
And with a disadvantage, it still hit. Does 41 damage.
Is there a damage threshold?
Propeller.
Oh yeah, we should have a damage threshold.
I don't know if they're using that in this or not.
They are.
But he hit the propeller, so probably doesn't. Probably just the hull.
Right, and it was above the threshold, so.
So battle balloon. Well, yeah, but the threshold, like if the threshold's 20, it would have just done 21 damage. But I only think that applies to the hull, not to the items, right?
Correct.
And I don't. It says it's the battle balloon. The only thing it can do is move. I'm assuming, right? Because the
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, it has the fire ballista, fire green flame arbalaster, and harpoon haul.
Right, but none of those are done automatically. They're not automated, right? They have to take personnel to do that.
Yeah. All right. So then it's Hob 2's turn. He will try to fire a harpoon gun.
Oh, it's not a resistance. I see. Yeah, okay. Damage threshold isn't a resistance. It's a if it takes less than the threshold, it doesn't take any damage, but if it goes over the threshold, it takes it all. Yeah, I didn't realize that. That seems right.
I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, I think that's right. Drake is saying he put the thing in the chat. Oh, and Matakuri saying the next update to Fantasy Grounds 3.3.9, which is in test right now, adds the damage threshold effect. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I had read that the other day in one of the Discords.
That's really cool. That's going to be nice. Otherwise, we would have had to make a module for that.
Right, I have a combat tracker question.
Yes.
How do you drop the targeting gizmo on something when it's too far down the scroll list to do it without scrolling?
Extend the combat tracker all the way down the screen.
Just hold down control and click it on the combat tracker just like you would the token.
Right, but he's saying that the monster he needs to do it to is below the, so make that window as long as you can, Mark, and just do it that way.
Yeah, there's like 50 things on the combat tracker. It's like insane.
Hold, let's see. If I hold shift, or if I hold control, I can still I can still scroll up and down. So maybe if you click the target, but then, yeah. Can you do that? Can you click the target, drag it, and then hold control and scroll? I don't know. Yeah, I since I'm not the DM, I can't feel your pain. I can't know what to do. I figured it out. You did? Okay. What was the answer?
It was the hold control down as I scrolled.
Yeah, okay.
Harpoon gun attack coming at you.
The chat's response to your question on how to do that was to turn your phone sideways.
Yeah, okay. And one harpoon is attached.
I see. See, also there's the capital N in Acquisitions Inc. Battle Balloon. That's a mistake.
That was my typo. I was just trying to make it clear what was what. That was not in your text. That was my.
No panic. Meltdown.
All right, Goblin 6's turn. So for sake of making my life easier, he's going to use the same ballista because it's already targeting the thing it needs to target. Oh, no, it's not. It stopped. Never mind.
I am sick and tired of these MF and goblins on this
on this MF and Battle Balloon. Yeah, that's good.
The second harpoon hits. Oh no, never mind. I rolled it in. Wrong damn thing. And a second harpoon is now attached.
They only have one harpoon. They have a
Fancy.
ballista and a harpoon.
Well, one harpoon gun.
Yeah, one gun.
Can it fire twice per round?
Well, I will remove the second grappled and just cause the damage because yeah, it probably should have been the other weapon.
Well, yeah, just reverse that and fire the ballista.
I think you'd already fired the ballista too.
I had.
Oh, okay. So they only have 2 weapons. So all the other crew members have to do like their own shit. Whereas we have like 19 weapons. This will be an easy kill for
Nito,
us.
it's your turn.
Okay, Nito. Nito is gonna fire our is somebody who's manning our green flame arbalaster and our 5 harpoons, or I guess we only have 2 harpoons. I mean, so can he shoot a weapon, or what's going on? Is anybody gonna speak up? Are they in charge of weapons? What's going on?
Yeah, we have a weapon master.
Yeah, I guess I'm running around this whole ship, firing all of the weapons.
Well, I don't think you can do that.
Well,
Neither
could
do I. That's why I
tell
said
somebody
it that
else to
way.
fire a weapon.
Yeah, so
You are the weapon master.
Nito will fire a weapon. He'll tell whichever one Panic says to fire, he'll fire.
I mean, they
And
have a balloon, and we have a sharp pointy thing.
Okay, which weapon do you want to fire at what thing?
I'll fire the harpoon gun.
You have 2 harpoon guns and a green flame arbalaster, right?
Yeah, I'll fire the harpoon gun at the balloon.
Or at the balloon itself.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the combat tracker it says battle balloon. So, is that the whole machine or just the balloon? I don't understand.
So,
It says
so
balloon.
the battle balloon is the hull, and then you have the individual parts on the hull.
Right, and those parts are the 2 weapons, near as I can tell. That's all there is.
Correct.
Well,
So
there's
I'm
also
firing-
one called balloon, battle balloon.
Right.
underneath the cult leader.
I actually don't see the battle balloon hull on there. I only see the balloon and 2 weapons.
Well, the battle balloon is the hull.
Okay, then yeah, that's what I'm shooting at. So how do I do that?
I think I have to do it.
Okay.
Sorry, stand by, stand by.
I mean, you could, if you wanted, you could share the stat blocks and we could do it, but I'm happy to let you do it. That's fine. Stand by.
Harpoon gun's a big old hit.
Hello.
Did some damage. You have now grappled them.
Nice. Okay, then that'll be his turn.
All right. Battle balloon. Move. Harpoon gun doesn't really do anything on its own. Ren, it is your turn.
All right. What kind of gun is left for me to shoot with?
You've got the green flame alabaster, and you've got a harpoon gun or two.
I'll try the other harpoon gun.
And what do you want to shoot it at? The hull?
Yes. That sounds pretty logical. So should I just shoot my short bow for
No, he does.
hits,
He
or-
does the attack because he's got the stat blocks for it.
Oh,
That's what I was saying. He could give us the stat blocks, but if he doesn't want to go through that, then we could just let him do it because it's faster. No, Drake, she doesn't. Panic does.
What does Panic do?
Nothing yet.
That is a hit. Did a good amount of damage.
Moderate. I like it.
And you have grappled it again. You may advance your turn.
All right, and when Panic's turn comes, she has a critical hit per Drake takes in the chat. So it's an automatic, whatever that green flame thing does. Light it up. Whatever that does.
Oh wow, yeah.
Now, what do you
I
want
like
to shoot it
that.
at? That's the thing to decide on.
The crew.
Yeah, what does
Well,
that do? Does that spread flame or is it just a one target thing? What does that thing do?
So one target, it does piercing and fire damage.
Piercing and fire. That sounds like the hull to me. See if we can't light that ship on fire.
Jim Morrison.
Yes, I would like to do that thing, please.
Okay.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
Roll a d6 for your, see if there's an effect on the.
Gotcha.
Okay, so just the damage. Fire!
All right, so it's crit damage too, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir? Light it up. That's right. She's going to do it. Oh!
The moon goes down.
Ooh.
Oh, dang.
Goodbye, balloon.
Now, what's the story with us having it grappled and we having it
Rope
grappled?
cutting time. Rope cutting.
Cut the
I
ties,
started
cut
thinking
the
about
ties.
cutting some ropes.
Cut the ropes! Cut the ropes!
Cutting ropes. Cutting ropes. Long swords. Magic long swords are good for
Everybody
cutting ropes.
either a dex check or a strength check.
All right. As a matter of fact, Dan Death is going to use his inspiration on his check.
Oh damn. That was like all or nothing.
Drop to 1, roll to 20.
And then Oh, I forgot to do it in the tower. Sorry, that's cool. Nito is going to do a Dex, obviously. Drake said, "I'm gonna throw in a random monster just to fuck with McClancy." Just kidding.
It's gonna be a Drake.
It's a Drake. That was a good one. Because you see, everybody, his name is Drake Takes. You see, that's how
Oh
that
my
works.
gosh,
Yeah.
I almost didn't get that
I was
one.
explaining more to the chat than I was to you. But I know you're smart.
I'm really not, but thank you for the sweet, sweet lie.
No, but you're a good. Remember how I said you're a good actor and a comedian? That's how I know you're smart. Is because you're just faking
Aw.
it. But I believe it.
Aw.
'Cause you went to drama school at Northwestern. Don't lie to me.
Okay, that's canon now.
Yeah.
Okay, you managed to cut yourself free.
Speaking of cannon, way to fire that arbalister.
Nice. Crit
Quick
null.
brush of the shoulder. You know, it's not like I had help from the chat gods or anything like that. You know, all praise be to chat.
After we finish our mission, when that thing crashes to the ground, we'll go pick up the pieces and put it back together and repair it and have another ship.
The chat and Clovis.
And this one isn't really ours. We're gonna have to. We kind of damaged it. That's right. Don't worry about it. We made a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay.
So we
So,
fly to the
As you're
place.
celebrating your victory, a second airship
What?
drops out of the country.
Are you kidding me?
No.
This ship has no visible crew and no weapons,
Oh.
but it does have an outrageously sized needle attached to its prow. Second airship. Da-da-da. You think it might be interested in puncturing your balloon.
Maneuvering time.
Let's
Outrun it.
GTFO.
It's a popper. Run.
It's a UAV with a giant needle on it.
Pretty much.
I step on the gas? I don't know. What do we do?
To steal a line from a great movie, Serpentine, Serpentine.
I don't know that one.
Gosh, I'm trying to remember which movie that was. Couldn't
The
somebody
great one. You
say
said
it
so.
again? It was, and it had like Alan Arkin in it, and somebody else.
The in-laws.
That's the one. There's this part where they're out in the middle of nowhere and guys are shooting at him, and one guy runs straight for the cover and the other guy's like, serpentine, serpentine. So he goes back and he does serpentine.
Why don't we do this? We're getting close to the end here, time-wise. So roll initiative again.
I'm glad you clarified time-wise instead of we're all just gonna die. Manicure, pop out. Drake takes pop out.
All right, Panic, you are first to go.
Okay, and we have the needle ship to face down, don't we?
Unless we're gonna try to just step on it, like floor it out of here.
I mean, is there anything I can do to help us maneuver our way out? Not
It seems
rhetorical.
like
I actually kind of want to know.
Yeah, I was waiting for an answer.
This seems like a classic case of where the needle is, don't be there.
Yeah. So we'll try to steer away, steer down, angle it, run it, get away, don't get popped. That kind of thing.
No visible crew, which is kind of weird to me. No, I have no idea. I have no clear idea of how to run this ship.
So how about we do this? How about we pick that thought up at our next session?
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna kill
Sounds
this thing
good.
in 6 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right, that sounds good to me.
All right then.
Awesome.
Very good. That was fun today.
Indeed.
And we even got a little Nito action. He was in the chat. He did pretty well for a guy who has no power.
Hey, a female dwarf got some neato action.
That's right. That's right.
Oh boy.
All right, everybody. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, everybody. Great game today. See you all next time.
Same here, everybody.
Indeed.
All right, there they go, chat. Here's the slides. That was fun today. We are going to shut her down. We did have some technical difficulties because of Mark's AT&T ISP that he has. It's a shit ISP. But let me give everyone the end of stream rewards. Boom, like that. And let me also remind everybody that we will be back with this game next week, obviously, next Sunday. Tonight, we are having the end of Spooktober. For those of you who participated in Spooktober, we're going to do like a wrap-up show tonight. And for those of you who might not know that happen to be listening to this, if you have a standard license and haven't taken advantage of this, you have another 8 hours or so to gather some friends, because all standard licenses are ultimate licenses this weekend. So yesterday, day before that, and today. So if you have a standard license, you can have all your friends connect to you for free with a demo. Well, actually, yeah, any license would be a ultimate license today. So they opened that up for the FG Cons, and then they did it for Spooktober. So a few times a year they do that. Anyway, good. Let me also give out the end of stream spiel that I like to do. It's a spiel, everybody. I think it's pronounced spiel, but people say spiel because it sounds more Jewish. I think that's funnier to say it that way. I don't know why people do that, but they do. So I do too. There is a command for it. I know it's here. Oh, I'll find it. I found it before. Find it again. Oh, I guess I don't need my headset anymore, do I? I'm not talking to anybody. Boom, I can take that off. Alright, ooh, feels better without the headset. Alright, so end of stream. Here's all the things that you can do to participate with the channel. You can come to our Discord. Oh, you can go to Patreon. We have levels for as little as $1 over there. $1 per month. Have $1. Also, you can cheer or sub to the channel or donate, and if you do any one of those three things, you affect the Bit Boss, which is currently Drake Takes with 100 hit points. You can go to the DMs Guild and peruse the items for sale there. Today's numbers so far, with 5 hours left in the day: 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24. 24 items sold so far. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter, or have a look at the Facebook business page. Sometimes I put little specials on there. Little discount links for people that pay attention. Sometimes I do that. We will be back in 2 hours. We'll be back here at 6 p.m. Pacific. And the reason we will be back is because we have the Sunday night show where we're going to be talking about Spooktober, giving out some prizes, recapping the weekend, maybe talk about some highlights from some games. I heard that a lot of these scary games ended in TPKs. Our Saturday night game was part of it, so we'll talk about that as well. And then, of course, after the show tonight, starts back up the week again, and we've got Mods of Creation Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. And then Friday we have our Dungeon of the Mad Mage game, which you see on the slides now. Wow, we're on our 35th episode of that. That's crazy. We're only on level 5 or 6. It's going to take forever. It's 23 levels. And then Saturday nights we have our Baldur's Gate episode 8 with DM Drake. Drake Takes. And then Sunday, of course, back to this. So now you know what happens here at this channel. Appreciate everybody watching. Go grab some dinner, come back at 6 o'clock and watch the show with us. And until then, good gaming, everyone.